Gentlemen, un momento, bonjour. To escape the Archons, this gravitational force is really what one is dealing with. To use this analogy of a rocket. If there's enough fuel in your rocket to escape the atmosphere of the Earth, you can eventually get beyond the gravitational field of the planet. Once the rocket is beyond the gravitational field of the Earth no longer has the power to pull it back down. We can think of the egoic structure of the dream state as the Earth. The dream state has a gravitational force. It has a tendency to pull consciousness into itself. This gravitational force is really what one is dealing with throughout the entirety of the spiritual journey. Well, I don't know if all that came through. You know, I was just fly by the seat of the pants trying to escape the demiurges. Alrighty, so look, we're gonna just kind of continue on with this negative gravitational field that the digital matrix creates that we have to escape. You know, when I was using the metaphor of a rocket ship, that was some Black Sabbath Into the Void. So I don't know, I don't even know if the audio will come through in the recording. Anyway, the dissolution of the ego. It takes time, you know, but first of all, it just takes knowledge just to kind of realize that this dream, this nightmare that we're all in, and yeah, it's insidious, the subtlety of the prison. You know, we weren't in a prison like, you know, Saint John, the person who wrote Revelations. You know, he was in an actual prison in the island Patmos, I believe, the same place they put Napoleon Bonaparte. But Napoleon, viva la France! Got to give it up to the French people. They're raising hell over there about everything that's going on with all this shit. You know, viva la France. So anyway, let's talk about, you know, it's a little time to get the ego disconnected from the matrix. You know, as far as spiritual development, there's one fact that will continuously emerges. Your psychic powers, higher and lower, are hindrances to the highest spiritual state. Must be left behind. What the Hindus refer to as cities, powers. You can get lost in the spiritual tools. You know, yeah. I mean, all this telepathy, all these astral travel, these things, they exist. But so as you know, free yourself from the matrix, the digital matrix of the Archons, the demiurges, don't get lost in another kind of matrix. You know, I mean, really what we have to focus on as human beings on this planet is disconnect from this digital matrix and start healing. So don't get lost out there in the ethers playing with your you know, your Merkaba, but use your newly found heart powers, energies to connect with like-minded, but mostly just spread the message that God bless Texas. Just joking. But anyway, so spiritual development, all right, you know, getting disconnected from the matrix. Things like clairvoyance, clairaudience. You're going to notice some new skills, and that's all indicative of your progress. But don't get lost up in all that. Meditation essentially, yeah, just controlling your thoughts, examining your thoughts. Get into yoga. Watch a lot of videos by Sadhguru. Just kind of reclaim your own divinity. But as you believe something, you give it power. So, if you don't believe that the spiritual world exists, and you believe the only reality is the third dimensional, Hollywood, digital matrix, CNN, all this stuff, the more you pay attention to that and let it in within your own, your spiritual constitution awareness, you give that power. But as soon as you give it a finger, and then reclaim your own divinity, give yourself the power. Focus on yourself. Focus on your own divinity. So as you believe something, you give it power. When you generate emotions around the thought, you enforce the object of your belief. Sort of, consolidating it, solidifying it, so to speak. But in a physical form, that's what an egregore is. This is an occult concept. egregore, egregore. It's a type of occult. An occult just means hidden. I didn't mean to try to sound all nefarious, but thought forms, spirit forms, mass belief. It creates this egregore. Look that up. Even if you don't consciously affirm or confirm a particular belief, if you don't question it, or even if you're not even aware of an underlying belief, it means that you implicitly believe in it, and you're part of this social agreement. So, question everything. When masses of people adhere to a collective belief, their consciousness has a collective creative effect. If you are born into this system, you are educated into what is considered to be real by everyone around you, and you never come to see the cage of beliefs that surrounds you, nor do you understand your own participation and complicity in supporting this system of the controllers. The controllers very cleverly use the creative power of each individual by getting them basically to agree upon a system of belief that supports the controllers who hold the puppet strings of the human collective. They need the collective for its energetic mass, the reality that is created by consensual agreement. While there is certainly a personal reality system for every individual on Earth, the sheer pressure of the collective agreement makes it very hard for an individual to rise in vibration and attain his own personal freedom outside the collective agreement. The Archons, or demiurges, the Archons don't want anyone to dissolve their ego state of mind. They have been controlled for, all this stuff has been in place for, like I said, go back to the Council of Nicaea of Emperor Constantine. Basically, the Archons don't want anyone to dissolve their ego state of mind. They've been controlled, that's been controlling and for eons and thousands of years. We're like sort of getting beyond this fear matrix, this core, that's been instilled in us, this clearing program. There, yoga, meditation, all these things, going out into nature is a type of clearing and disconnecting from the matrix. So this clearing program and dispensation from the spiritual hierarchy, the Great White Brotherhood, the Galactic Federation of Light. Look up Sam the Illusionist on YouTube. He's another great source. Elena Danaan, Brad Johnson, all great. Ralph Smart, Sadhguru, all pillars of light. Look these people up on YouTube. Basically, it's spiritual hierarchy. That's my spiritual hierarchy. Ralph Smart and what's this other Michael Delicash. There's a long. I gotta look. I'll put his name in the video description. Michael, but his videos are great. He's got real long hair, and he's always out at the beach, chilling up in the mountains or something. But he knows a lot of stuff. So that's my spiritual hierarchy. Those are people that I get. What I've been watching their videos for months, and it's been every little bit, every little drop is another climb up that ladder away out of the pit, out of the digital pit towards the light. They've been mining spiritual gold and flicking it through their videos, and I've been getting it, and I'm trying to pass it on to y'all. So anyway, I'll I'll leave it up at that. I want to see if that Black Sabbath song came through on the audio. But anyway, yeah, just take your own divinity seriously. I mean, it's there. Spiritual technology is real. I'm gonna have some more focused, videos in the future with the meta-human systemology and things of that nature. And anyway, namaste. Have a good day. Hopefully, I'm steaming some vegetables, and I'm gonna try to make some kind of a broth or something, some spiritual broth. Thank you. Have a good day. Namaste.